Welcome. I am Wisdom Teacher SriRamKira.
And I am Master Lady Kira.
And we are here to welcome you to your spiritual survival kit.
Yeah, let's share about the 3 elements that are absolutely essential. And remember, beloved ones, that we are in a divine moment of creation right now, which is very evident by everything that's creating. Yes. And at the moment we're putting out this video, what's creating is a worldwide energy around a virus energy that is seeking to take away that which is the essential energy. And so the more you shrink, the more challenging it's actually going to be. And to rise again will even be more challenging. Remember, we are all on retreat. And at some point in our lives, we all take a retreat. And during this breather, we want to invite you to have in your retreat packet your spiritual survival kit. So let's jump right in, because there are 3 essentials, and then we're going to unpack those for you.
And so we're inviting you to pay attention to what you're noticing as we share what we're noticing.
Well, and that's why it's really important to notice what you're noticing right up at the top. And bear in mind that when we notice what we're noticing, it puts that first layer of compassionate wisdom back into our lives. So let's talk about those 3 elements. They are, we're fondly giggling calling them CCI. Clarity, number 1. Number 2 is connection, and number 3 is inspiration. Clarity, connection, inspiration. And we're going to give you some ideas on how to really pack that into your kit. Because remember, what is the polarity of clarity? It is confusion, and there's certainly plenty of that energy out there. What is the polarity of our connection? Chaos. And there's a lot of chaos out there. And what is the polarity of our inspired energy? It is the tired energy, the energy that makes us just want to chuck it all away and say, I'm over it. So let's begin with the clear.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, clarity.
So one of the ways to pay attention to your clarity is to notice, what are you in solidarity with?
Breathe that in.
Yeah, what are you really connected with or to?
And what we are inviting you to look at as we really begin at the beginning here is that, are you in solidarity with the fear? Are you in solidarity with panic? Are you in solidarity with anxiety, depression, doubt, guilt, anger, all of those things? Mm-hmm. Are you in solidarity with technology? Have you given your technology your solidarity? Because the other piece of clarity is getting really clear about the addictions. And let's face it, there is a human addiction to the technology. And so it's not about letting go of technology. It's about the noticing of what you're noticing. And through that, the number 1 step for being clear for your clarity is to open up to the bounty that is yours to claim right now through the appreciation and gratitude that is yours in this moment. Now, let's unpack that and talk about how you call that in, because I know a lot of you are going, oh, yeah, I've heard this before. No, you haven't. You have heard that word. However, let's talk about how to really integrate that as part of your spiritual survival kit.
You know, it's important to recognize that many, many people in the outer world are really addicted to victim consciousness. And so gratitude, as we're wishing to share a deeper understanding of it, will neutralize that for you.
And we are at a moment right now where victim consciousness or Ascension consciousness is part of that overarching April energy that is all about calling in the restoration of balance. So if you're not familiar with the victim consciousness versus the ascended consciousness and how that works, please visit our website, SriandKira.com. Check out our articles section, Transitioning Through Triggers. We have a significant amount of information on that. Really encourage you to read it, because it will assist you to get really clear. Now, let's talk about how you can consciously call clarity in. First thing is when you wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. We're talking about laying in bed, you're aware that you're waking up. And it was actually the beautiful cosmic Essene brethren that offered a practice for that.
Absolutely. And they suggest pay attention to your first thoughts, because if those thoughts are agitated or causing you to have an experience of disconnect or anger or upsetness, it's time to trace the energy behind those thoughts, to look deeper.
And it's not just if you wake up upset, it's also if you wake up happy.
Yes.
The key is that regardless of what you are experiencing, when you open your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, and really try to keep your eyes closed and notice that the mind, what is the mind presenting to you? And then go beyond the story, go beyond the text, and look at the underlying energy. And the intention of this process is that it will either bring you to usually love or fear. And so go into it, don't ignore it. However, once you have it, once you see it, then is a moment to love yourself. And the way to love yourself through this is first and foremost to remember that gratitude is service. Your life is your mission. Yes. Your life is your service. Let's not forget the clarity that you jumped in line to be on this planet right now, at this moment, at this particular experience, in this timeline, in this linear time. And so perhaps you begin your day with saying, thank you for giving me another day to breathe. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. You know, every day and many times a day, I am constantly affirming the blessings that are being poured around us. And that blessing can be what you're eating today. The blessing can be just the fact that you are breathing, the fact that your eyes are here, an interaction, a moment. However, affirm that you had a place to sleep. Wherever you were sleeping, you slept. Affirm that you are here.
So it's essential to remember that we exist as a body and as a mind and as a spirit, and that those three aspects of our totality here in this beautiful experience on Gaia give us an opportunity to love ourselves at all three levels of our beingness.
And so let's begin with the body. Number one, right now, how are you taking care of your body? And that means, are you getting some exercise? You know, even if you're in your own space right now, there are many ways that you can still love your body and connect with a beautiful video. You know, right here on YouTube, there's got to be 1,000 of them, right? Do some yoga, do some breath work, whatever it takes. Download our app, Spiritual Mastery with Sri and Kira. Learn the Aum practice. Yes. But the body is all about you loving it. When we nourish our body properly, when we love our body, what we're really doing is we're saying, okay, body, the spirit is soaring. And so, you know, nourishment, sleep. Let's talk about sleep, because many beings right now are not sleeping. Many are preoccupied. If you go to our website, SriandKira.com, please download the Avesa sleep practice, because when we sleep, our consciousness does not. It is only our body, our physical form that sleeps. However, are you the master of your consciousness through your sleep? So we're offering you a practice that can assist you. Remember, this is about staying connected at all times, and it does begin with how you're taking care of the body.
And the body and your worldly identity respond very well to ritual and structures. And so in the morning, you know, we are paying attention to our thoughts. We are taking good care of ourselves. And keep in mind, things like a warm bath, things like the music you choose to play, help you connect or disconnect. So be mindful.
How about, are you making your bed? Do you have clean sheets on your bed? Are you brushing your teeth? Are you washing your hair? Are you really offering yourself the blessing of saying, I love you to this body? Because the more that you offer love to your body, the faster your body will respond and support your connection.
The mind is an automatic chatterbox, and we need to be aware of the mind, not immersed in the mind, in order to have freedom.
Back to that, notice what you're noticing.
Notice what you're noticing. And so to cultivate ascended consciousness, we notice our thoughts, and we notice the energy beneath the thoughts, which is animating the thoughts. And by noticing this, you will find not only resolution, you will find your peace and your joy.
And also, it's important that you are active. You know, one of the things is, if you are at home right now, how are you, quote, working? If you are maintaining a job where you are working online, are you getting dressed for that job? Are you keeping your schedule? Are you treating it as seriously as you would as if you were literally leaving the house? The key is that the mind loves activity. And so if you are not fueling the mind with positive activity, it will fuel your consciousness with that, which will pull you into that chaos and confusion. And so structure your day. How are you working? And remember that work is service. Activity is service. Remember that everything you do is serving. And when we adapt that gratitude, when we wake up and we are offering ourselves clarity and we stay clear, it all magnifies and becomes a beautiful miracle bubble, so to speak. And that brings us, Sri, to our spirit. And
Yes.
there are some practices we can do. As a matter of fact, Sri, let's talk about the practice you're offering.
Well, you know, the number one thing that I want to say before we get to that is that the mantra of self-ascension is the universal, non-dogmatic centering of your empowered self. And so I wanted to start right there because I am here, I am ready, I am open.
Guide me.
Helps restore us.
Keeps us connected.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the other thing, Kira, thank you for reminding me that we just posted at SriandKira.com a practice called Sipping Light. And this is a practice to restore your conscious spiritual connection.
And it is a video, and my beloved Sri takes you through it, and we encourage you. It's a 5-minute video. Watch it, learn the Sipping Light practice because it has an active principle which also satisfies the body-mind. So remember, connection. And you need to pay attention. What are you connected to? Remember, watch those addictions. What are you connected to? Inspired.
Yay!
CCI. Clarity, connection, inspiration.
You know, inspiration has a lot to do with having a vision for yourself, being able to cultivate that inspired vision. And vision is most easily cultivated when we recognize we're here to serve. Our life is a service. Our experience is a service. And so get clear on that and bring it forward, revisit it, touch it daily.
You know, how can I serve? And in that beautiful gift of inspiration, please, my angels, remember, what is the dream you are carrying for yourself? And have you let it go? Has it become too hard? If it has, you're on the flip side of inspired and you're in the tired. So to be inspired is to every day take a moment, take an hour, take the time that you are structuring in for yourself and pay attention to your dream. What are you doing to call it forward? How big have you made it? Have you looked at all the aspects of it? Be absolutely in joy to dive into your dream.
Because joy is the gateway. Joy is the feedback that you're on track with your spiritual beingness. So look for the joy, cultivate the joy, choose the joy, and just disregard that which would pull you away.
And you know, as they say in the Bhagavad Gita, true joy lasts forever. Transient joy often feels very good at first and in the end becomes poison. And our honest joy may feel like poison at first and in the end blossoms like that which is extraordinary. And so, my angels, we are all blossoming right now. We are in a moment of extraordinary co-creation. You are on a retreat. We're offering you a survival kit because when the doors open on humanity again, and the doors are opening, this is a temporary moment, which is why our survival kits are there on the shelf whenever we need them. When those doors open, who's walking out of the retreat? Is it that beautiful, empowered being that is clear, that is connected and inspired? Or are you walking back out confused through the chaos and tired?
Yes.
This is your moment.